everybody, one of the really important things in report design is making sure that your reports are accessible to as many people as possible. And part of that determination is making sure that they're readable by people with different types and levels of color blindness. And color blindness occurs in between 5 to 10% of the population. So if you're presenting to, say, a dozen people, there's a pretty good chance that somebody in that room is potentially going to have a hard time reading your report. And so you want to make sure that your reports are colorblind safe. And I want to show you a quick way to do that and a quick way to check on that, and then how to fix it if your report shows up not to be colorblind safe. So this is a website that I really like. It's called Chromatic Vision Sampler, and there's a mobile app as well, but this is the desktop version, and it's a free site. And here's the URL, and I'll put this in the post. And what you can do with this is you upload your report, and this is just a KPI report that I pulled off the web. And what you can do is, this is the report as is. And then what you can do is you can click through for the different types of color blindness, and you can see how that type of color blindness, and then you can also play with the level, influences the visibility of that report. And one of the things I like on this is you can display a quad chart, and it'll show the different types of color blindness and compare how readable that report is by people with different types of color blindness. And one of the things you can see here is, particularly in KPI charts that use the red, green, yellow stoplight indicators, that is a nightmare for people with color blindness. That if you look on this particular type of color blindness, it's very hard to tell the difference between those indicators, particularly at the green and yellow level. And then this one is even worse. In terms of, it's really hard to tell any difference between these. And then if you look at the bottom chart, it again collapses down to two colors, and now in this case, what was red and yellow become quite hard to tell apart. And so here's another example, a different one that I downloaded, and this one goes completely off the rails when you test it, because not only do you have the red, green, yellow problem, but you've also now got this pink and blue. And watch what happens when you test this. So if we go to the quad chart here, it all just turns into kind of yellow and brown mush, and then the blue and pink become indistinguishable. And so this is a really good example of why it's important to test your reports, because this report, and you can argue whether it's a good report or not, but it becomes unreadable for someone with color blindness. And so the question is, what do you do about that? And one of the things is, in the newest version of Power BI, the February 2023 version, one of the nice things they've done is, if we go, and this is a Microsoft sample report that I downloaded, and one of the things they did, which I really like, is if you now go into the View tab and you click down, they now have a set of 5 really pretty nice accessible themes. And one of the ones that I really like is this accessible city park theme. It doesn't look great on this report, but in a lot of reports it really looks pretty good. And you can click through and find good accessible themes in this version now. But I want to show you another way of doing it, because there is a set of themes that has been tested for years in R and Python, and it's available in Deneb, and it's these ones that are associated with a program called ColorBrewer. And ColorBrewer is an R package. I believe there's also a Python version. And if you go through, these themes have been tested extensively for colorblind safe, and also for what they call continuity, which means that like colors are continuous along the spectrum. there aren't discontinuities in that. They're tested in terms of just looking good in reports. And so if we go to the chromatic vision sampler and we look at these, what you'll see is in all cases for color blindness, they show up as nice contrasts. So the scales are continuous even for colorblind people. And one of the things you have to be careful of in the February 2023 update is Microsoft has changed the schema for the JSON theme files. And so if you have a custom theme in a report that's already saved, that will still work. But if you try to import new custom themes in based on the old schema, they're going to break and you're going to get an error message. And so let me show you how you can get around this until they provide a more clear fix in terms of perhaps a translator tool or something. So if we go into Notepad, what I've got a really simple theme that I've created from that Inferno ColorBrewer theme. And this general format will work in both the old and the new versions of Power BI, and it'll import fine. And so what you can do is I will post this this format, and then all you have to do is you have to basically take and paste in the colors here, and then just change the name and save it. So let's go to that D3 site, and let's go to this theme. Turbo is one that I believe was originally developed by Google, and it's a really versatile scheme. You can use it's colorblind safe. It's got a wide range of colors, and so if we go up here, what you want to do is this is continuous, and this is going to give you a whole slew of hex code. So what you want to do in Power BI is click on discrete, and that'll give you 8 discrete colors. And you can see now what they are for Turbo. And if we click here, it'll say copied. And then you just go into your text editor. This is Notepad++, but just regular Notepad will work fine. And you just go in and paste over this list of colors, Control V, and then where I have Inferno, you just type the name of it, which is Turbo, and then we just save this. And we'll save this to turbo.json. And now if we go into Power BI, and look back at this report, what we can do is go click down here and say browse for themes, and we'll find that theme, click on Turbo, and it'll just give us a message that it's loading. Color theme is loaded and ready to use, and now we're all set. That this is the Turbo theme, and if we were to click on a visual and then go into checking colors, you'll see that is now reflective of the full Turbo theme. So that's 2 good ways to generate colorblind safe themes, and also how to quickly check to make sure your report is accessible by everybody. So I hope you found that helpful. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Enterprise DNA TV. If you enjoyed the content covered in this particular tutorial, please throw the video a like. It really helps us and we really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Enterprise DNA TV channel. We have a huge amount of content coming out all the time from myself and a range of content creators all dedicated to improving the way that you use Power BI and the Power Platform. Lastly, check out Enterprise DNA's website. Plenty of resources and further learning that you can access very easily. All the best. Take care.